Hello everyone, I'm the Saxy Gamer. Today we're here for yet another Civilization 6 Leader Spotlight, where today we'll be taking a look at Alexander of Macedon, or Macedon, whatever you prefer. So Alexander's ability is Two Worlds End, and what it does is it makes it so that cities do not incur any war weariness, and all military units heal completely when this player captures a city with a World Wonder. So Two Worlds End, it's pretty okay. It's not great. Not incurring war weariness is actually really nice because you can just be at war with however, or for however long you want, and you're really not going to get any penalty for that. I mean, as long as you're not losing units or anything. So that part is nice. The healing completely when you capture a city with a wonder. It's not awful, but it doesn't apply that much because normally, most civs are only going to have wonders in their capitals. So if you take their wonder, then, maybe you'll heal one unit. So it might save you a unit or two, but overall, not that much of an effect. The ability for Macedon as a whole is Hellenistic Fusion, and what it does is it makes it so that you receive boosts upon city conquest. You get a Eureka for an encampment or a campus, or an inspiration for a holy site or theater square. So Hellenistic Fusion is... It's not that good. I would rate it as just kind of average, maybe even below average. It is nice to get Eurekas and inspirations for, just taking a city, but if, the enemy cities are fairly new and maybe they don't have any of those districts in them, that, nullifies it. Or another thing is, like, if you're already getting the Eurekas for things, then it's not gonna make too much of a difference if you're getting them from, just the whatever, like the requirements to get the Eureka, or if you get it from conquering a city. But I have noticed that Hellenistic Fusion can help you like keep up with science whenever you're warring, like without building too many campuses or anything like that. So that is nice, but overall it's just kind of, I would rate it as average. Let's move on to Macedon's unique units, of which there are two, actually. The first of which is the Hypaspist, and what it is it is a unique unit that replaces the Swordsman. It has a melee strength of 36, which is the exact same as the Swordsman, and a production cost of 100, which is 10 higher than the Swordsman. Its special abilities are that it gets +5 combat strength when besieging a district, so a city counts as a district, so that's mostly where that will apply. It gets 50% support bonuses and does not require iron. So the Hypaspist it's okay. It really sucks that it doesn't get any, like, combat strength bonuses over the Swordsman, just straight up. It is nice, getting the 50% support bonus, so what you want to do with the Hypaspist is just build a bunch of them, and kind of have them in, like, a big line or a big clump, and just move them together, and they'll just get a bunch of support bonuses off each other. It is also nice that they don't, require iron to build. But aside from that, I don't find that they're really that good. I mean, additionally, having an additional 10 production costs from Swordsman, that kind of sucks. And the besieging a district thing, it's good when you're taking cities, but outside of that, it's not that great. And +5 combat strength isn't really going to be, it's not going to be too impactful. So overall, the Hypaspist is just kind of an okay unit. The second unit that Macedon has is the Hitaroi, and what it is it is a special unit that replaces the Horseman. It has a melee strength of 36, which is quite comically +1 from the Horseman. I don't know why +1. Why not just make it the exact same? Because I don't think +1 is going to make very much of a difference. But it is +1 nonetheless. It too has a production cost of 100, which this time is up +20 from the Horseman. And its special abilities are that it gets +5 additional combat strength when adjacent to a Great General, and it earns +5 Great General points per kill, and it starts with a free promotion and does not require horses. So the Hitaroi is, once again, just kind of okay. I think it's a little bit better than the Hypaspist, maybe. Situationally, the additional +5 combat strength when adjacent to a Great General actually is kind of nice, because, like, early game, if you can get an early Great General, and then you can just run around with the Hitaroi, and you can do some damage with that. Once again, though, not getting a big, like a straight-up combat bonus over the unit it replaces really does suck, and the additional production cost, which is 20 more than the Horseman, so that's going to be at least, like, a turn or two, maybe even 3, in the early game whenever you would be having this, so that does suck as well. +5 Great General points per kill it can be actually kind of nice, and not requiring horses is nice, and starting with a free promotion is also pretty nice, so I would say this is a slightly above average unit. It's not great, but I mean, it's not average. It's a little bit above that. Macedon's unique building is the Basilikoi Paides. I think I've said that correctly. When what it is a special building that replaces the barracks. It provides +1 production, housing, a citizen slot, and great general point, which is the exact same as barracks. In addition to that, it provides +25% XP for all land, melee, ranged, and Hitaroi units. So the melee and ranged is the exact same as the barracks, but the Hitaroi is just kind of the extra added on thing there, because the Hitaroi is a heavy cavalry unit. So it wouldn't, it's nice that they added this in, so that way you're not really going to be punished for building the barracks, which is, their unique building. You're not going to really take too much of a loss to not getting the XP to their unique unit as well. So that part is a little bit nice. And in addition to this, what it really does is it provides science equal to 25% of unit cost when a unit is built in the city. So this unique building is, once again, it's just it's okay. It's very similar to just straight up barracks. Really, the only thing that it provides is like the extra science. And it is nice to get a little bit of extra science, but it's not gonna drastically change anything, because if you think about it, if say you build like a Hypaspist in your city, that's 100 production cost, 25% of that is 25 science, which is, it's pretty much, it might give you an extra turn. I mean, if you're early enough in the game, normally by the time you're getting swordsman or something of that sort, you're gonna have around 25 science per turn, so it might take a single turn off of something, but it's really not gonna be that impactful. I kind of wish it was a little bit higher. That would make it actually quite good if it was maybe like 40 or 45% of the unit cost into science. That would actually maybe a little bit more viable, but 25% I find is not. It's just not overly great. So overall, the Basilikoi Paides is, it's okay. It's nice over the barracks, but it's not going to be too impactful, and it's not going to change the game too much, as opposed to just, having a barracks. And now with all of this in mind, let's move on to some of the strengths and weaknesses of Alexander and the Macedonians in Civilization 6. So the first strength is that they are able to war without falling behind in science. So because of their ability and their unique building, it does kind of serve as like a little, like pillow underneath them to keep them from falling too hard whenever they're focusing straight up domination. So maybe, if you're playing a lot of domination, you need units. You can't be building campuses and, like libraries and such things, because you just need those units on the front lines. Whenever you're playing as Alexander, as long as you're actually capturing cities and building units, you're not going to fall behind in science too bad. So that is something that is definitely nice, because whenever you're playing domination, you definitely do not want to fall behind in science. That will get you killed pretty fast. So that is definitely something that is nice about Alexander. Unfortunately, though, that is only like real strength. Weaknesses, as far as they are concerned, the first one is a big one, and that's that his unique units are disappointingly bad. Whenever you're, playing a domination civ, or one that definitely is intended to go for domination, you would hope that they have good unique units to, really kind of set them apart and make them good at domination. But unfortunately for Alexander, that's not quite the case. The thing that really kills me with his unique units is the fact that they don't get like any combat strength bonuses straight up against the units they replace. I mean, sure, the Hitara gets, +1, but that's like, really? Like, +1, that's not going to do too much. So that is really bad. It is nice that they don't require, the strategic resources that you would normally need, but aside from that, they're really just not that good. The other weakness is that they're really lacking in yield bonuses. Like, a lot of other civs have, bonuses to production, or to loyalty, or to culture, or to, like, anything. But Macedon, Macedon really doesn't have any of that. They have, their extra Eurekas and, whatever their Eurekas and inspirations for capturing cities, and they have a little bit of science from their unique building, but aside from that, they really don't get any bonuses to yield. So that really does suck, especially on the loyalty part. Like Shaka with his loyalty, I keep going back to this whenever I talk about domination civs, because it's just such a good ability, because loyalty is so important when you're playing domination. Because if you get one Dark Age whenever you're playing a domination game, that can ruin your game really, really quickly. But having some way to, get a lot of loyalty in a city really just helps, and Alexander is lacking that majorly. And now it is time to give Macedon their tier ranking. So if you're new to the series, I give each civilization a tier ranking, and each of the 4 victory types, so domination, science, culture, and religion, and I give them an overall rank as well that takes into other things, such as, their versatility, their unique unit, their unique building, such things like that. And rankings go from S to F, with S being the highest and F being straight up awful. So let's go ahead and rank Macedon. So domination's up first, and I think they get a B in domination. They're not great in domination, but that is definitely something that they're mainly focused towards. They got a lot of bonuses from, taking cities. They can get their Eurekas and their inspirations if, there's certain districts in the cities. They have 2 unique units, neither of which are particularly good, but they do get a little bit of bonuses over other units, which is a little bit nice. The big thing is that they don't get any war weariness, which makes it a lot easier to, like, not get barbs spawning in your own territory or, like, anything like that, or to not lose loyalty of, cities that you may already have due to lack of amenities. So for that reason, they are pretty okay in domination, so I think they deserve a B. As far as science goes, they get a C in science. I almost gave them a B in science because of their Eurekas and, their unique building, but overall, it just doesn't have enough of effect to really, make them even consider going for a science victory, so I think they're just pretty average in science. They have no bonuses to production at all, which sucks. They don't really have any bonus to science yields. They just kind of get a little bit of science whenever they produce units, which is nice, but it's really just not all that impactful. So for that reason, they get a C. As far as culture goes, they are once again going to get a C. Whenever it comes to culture, for the same reason, they do have their inspirations that they possibly can get whenever they take cities, but that's not a guarantee. And they really have no bonuses at all to producing culture or to producing tourism or to producing, great writers, artists, anything of the sort. So for that reason, they get a C. They don't have anything that hurts them, but they're still just not any good. And as far as religion goes, more of the same. They're going to get a C. They're pretty much just average in religion. They get no bonuses, so they're average. So, C it is. And overall, once again, they're gonna get a C. Alexander is a civ that almost could be good, but like the amount of bonuses that he gets from his abilities just are not enough to make him good. Like if he had higher combat strength in his unique units, that would be definitely a nice thing. If the unique building provided a little bit more science, that would also be a very nice thing. And if he had some way to secure a little bit of loyalty, that would definitely make him a much better civ. But unfortunately, he's lacking in there. So he's just kind of average. He's definitely not like Tamar level bad, but he's not really like Shaka level good. So he has bonuses, but they're just not quite enough to compete with some of the other domination civs in the game. So for that reason, he gets a C. So thank you everyone for watching. I've been the Saxy Gamer. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you're looking for more Civilization 6 content, feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.